Okay, anyway, everybody, welcome to today's episode of Two Fake Friends. We are your favorite host. We're the only ones on the pod today. Yeah, so we're gonna try to keep to not like enter into each other too much. So that it can be sweet for the audience. Anyway, I do have something to ask Tolu. Are you balding?
You asked me this before the recording. Why are you asking
Yeah.
me again?
Because I wanted to ask you so that everybody could hear your response.
What do you think?
I think you're balding.
All
And
right.
you are balding a special type of balding. You're
What
balding
kind of
from the
ball?
front, but you're balding in the inside too.
How do you mean?
Turn your head now. Look at the camera. Put it towards the camera. What can you see?
Yeah, it
Or
means
is
I'm going to be
your hair
rich
bald?
now.
Or is
It
your
means
hair
I'm
like
going to be
hair?
rich.
No,
Huh?
it doesn't mean you're going to be rich. It means you're going to be ugly.
No.
Yes,
I can name you 1,000 bald people that are
that are
rich.
poor.
That are rich. Should I
That
give
are
you one
poor.
example?
I can also tell you poor people are bald.
Okay.
Okay.
If that's what you want to believe, it means I'm going to be rich. I'm not tall and I'm bald. It's very indicative of my wealth status in the future.
There are many short bald men that are poor.
I don't know of them.
Because
You,
they are
of course,
poor.
we know of them because
That's why
that's
we're
what you're
not
going
going
to
to know
be.
of you too
Of
later.
course, you know of them because that's what you're going to be. Because you're going to be poor,
But
but
I'm not bald. Make it make sense. I'm not bald or short.
you're going to associate yourself with poor people. So that's why you know of them. That's my point. Like I can't know of them because like only rich people that are in my circle.
Yeah, so you are the poor one now. Every rich circle has
At
to
the
have a
moment, yeah, I'm the poorest of my friends.
yes, and every rich circle has to have a poor person. So
Yeah, 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 but like
already showing signs that
it's
it's going
also
to be
very infectious
it's
because
going to be
like you know that
permanent in your case.
what is it?
It's going to be permanent now. That's what you're showing us. That's what your bald head is showing us.
Okay, no problem. Thank you for body shaming me today. How do you feel?
You're welcome. I feel so good.
All right. Up next, you can go on to racism.
Make
You
it
can
make
be a
sense.
racist next,
Make
yeah.
it make sense. Explain your.
It's like gradual process now. Like from body shaming, you go from body shaming people, and then you go on to being a racist, and then up next, you can be a murderer. What's next on the charts?
So,
Don't feel bad. Come on, don't feel
you
bad.
know what? Wait. This is so good because this leads me to one of the things I want to talk about today. But let's not dive into it. Let's start
Tell me, what do you
firstly.
want to talk about?
No, I want to know how your weekend was.
Today's what?
Oh, no weekend. How have you been so far since our last recorded session?
I've been
When did we
alright. I've been
record
calm
that? It
actually.
was almost a month ago that we recorded that. Imagine. I need to
Yeah,
change.
actually, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
But
So
I've
how?
been calm actually. I've been
Okay.
good.
Mm-hmm.
I started going to the gym again.
Mm-hmm.
After taking a 2 month break.
What
So
influenced the
that
resumption
what influenced my decision to stop?
to continue to study again?
Nothing. I just thought it was time to start again. I saw that my muscles were not actually like being firm. So like I tried to flex my muscles and it was not giving me the finesse that it was giving earlier. So
How
I
did
was
you
like,
even start
"Ah."
going to the gym in the first place? Is it like UK boredom or because you were getting married? Like, what was the inspiration?
I looked at myself and I looked at my future
You've
self
been
and I
doing
saw a
this job for
disparity.
almost 20 years and you could have seen that you were not, like, it was not giving gym body. So, what made you to start?
Yeah. So like I looked at my future self and I looked at myself and I saw the time remaining for me to achieve my future goals and I said, shit, I cannot keep laxing and I cannot keep waiting for an opportunity to come for me to have money and do like plastic surgery and all of that shit that babes do when they lie to themselves and say it's for themselves and not for
Are you just
other
like
people.
naturally misogynistic?
Two can play the game. If you can be racist, I can be misogynistic.
I'm not racist.
I think you are. I think you are blatantly racist.
Okay, so what race have I ever have what thing have I ever done that shows that I'm racist?
You just body shamed me.
So what does body shaming have to do with racism?
It's baby steps, babe. It's baby
Yeah,
steps.
so but you're a full blown misogynist.
Baby steps.
So you're a racist as well. Do you also
Baby
body shame?
steps.
Probably.
Baby steps.
No, it's not baby steps, so you're you're already there.
But if you hold on, Emanuela, I'm gonna ask you this question. If you were a white person,
Would I be racist? No.
was it? That's not the question. If you're a white person, if you're a white person today, don't think about the blackness. Don't think about everything that you've not even experienced much, to be honest. Because like the actually, I'm from a minority tribe, so maybe you have experienced some little things. But like, if you're a white person today,
Hmm.
what will you think of the black people of the black race?
I won't think of them.
Honestly,
I don't think of the black race the same way I don't think of Arabs, the same way I don't think of white people now, the same way I don't as a
you
group.
don't think
I
of Indians,
no, I don't.
but you told me
I
I
told
can't
you
sit on
what?
the pod.
No, tell me. What did I tell you? I didn't tell you
Mhm.
shit. You are
Mhm.
imagining things. I never told you
Time,
shit.
time and
Time and what?
time and
Time and what?
oh my god, I wish I could. Are you going to be able to bleep what I'm gonna say?
Yes, if it makes sense, I'll believe. But I'm pretty sure that I've
I
never
can't
like
trust you.
I don't think about people, so I don't think
So
about people
you
as
mean
people.
you mean you are not going to like think like ill of like
Oh, you
the
think I
black
think
guys?
ill of Indian people? Is that what you think of them?
I think
Please,
you.
I'm going to
I think
post this on this
you.
video so they can see your facial. Yeah, this thing. And if
I
you know that,
think you.
no, I've never told anything about Indians. I've never,
Emmanuella,
like, for real. Yeah,
I'm
I
your
don't
friend
think.
though.
Hmm?
I'm your friend, you know, yeah? Like
No, no, no. But
you're
I've
safe
never
here.
like it's so strange for you to mention Indians to me because you're just not in my purview. If there's anybody that I have like group notions of, it's going to be like Nigerian groups, like Nigerian tribes
Yeah.
as a
But
like, oh,
also,
these people they are like this, these people they are like that, blah 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 blah. Every I feel like every cultural group has like anthropological similarities. I don't think it necessarily makes them bad or good. It's just like this is what they're about. The
but like
problem
you
is
can
that
have negative connotation, like a
yes, it
smell,
can.
for instance.
Sometimes
A
you can
smell.
inherit. Yes, your social culture can be negative.
Of
It can.
course. So
There are things that we do
like
in Nigeria.
when it's overwhelmingly negative, like of course
Mm.
African Americans, like you have mentioned several times in our private conversations.
Do you know I
Um,
just had a conversation this morning where I was going me in our group chat we're talking about it and I was literally defending
you have
African
a group
American.
chat
You ask this question every time I say there's a group
because
chat.
I'm
I
always
know
surprised. Like
you're never
sound
gonna
like a
be there.
loner, and I'm even surprised that you have one because you sound like a
Yeah, but
loner.
it's not that deep a group chat. We just talk about stuff there. Uh-huh. By the way, what I would just want to say is that like I was literally like explaining there that like there is systematic issues that you that just can't make you say make
There are
black people
systematic
hating. So
issues.
like
All
when you
right.
say hmm?
There are systematic issues. Go ahead.
Yeah, so when you say XYZ, you have to think about like what systems are influencing this. Like what why do I have this narrative of this person, all of that, rather than just saying XYZ people are like this, blah 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 blah. Although, like I said again, there's something called like um anthropological mentality, right? Or anthropological social like social behavior, right? So I do think that these things exist, but just not like I just don't think of people as a group. And let me tell you my proof that I would not be racist as a white person. When I was more like I've always been a liberal person, even when I knew.
Oh, I thought you wanted to say when you were younger you were white.
Okay, can we
Sorry. Go
move on?
ahead.
Let's
Sorry.
you know.
Sorry. No, I like I don't know where. Like I don't really know you sometimes.
I just want to say that
Like
like
you
I'm
could have
even
been
like
white when you were younger. I don't think you could have been white when you were younger.
even as a child, I've always had like left leaning values or like ways of thinking, blah blah blah. Even like some of the things I remember when I was working in church, I used to argue with my pastor about like certain things because I'm just like it's not making sense when you're telling me XYZ. It just sounds like blah blah blah. So for me, I've always been like that. So I feel like no, regardless of whatever race or like country I was born in, I would have still been the same thing because my values are inherently mine and they're intellectually honest to me, so I can stand behind them. Yeah, so can you wrap up how
That
was
sounds
your weekend?
fantastic.
Yeah, I know I'm a fantastic
Oh,
person.
that's what we're on. I've been alright actually. Yeah, going back to the gym. That's pretty much it. Been cooking and eating and working,
You've
fighting
not been sharing your
battles.
cooking with me.
Sorry, say?
You've not been sharing what you've been cooking with. I've not been seeing them. You've been snapping
They're not
your
like they're not
pictures.
like trading. I ordered a box of gusto this week, so I
Oh,
should
was this
do
so?
some more cooking next week. I be HelloFresh. Is it HelloFresh we did? I can't even remember. One of them.
Okay, so will you give me
The one that
feedback
gave
of
us discount.
based on what we talked about?
Sorry, take it again.
Would you give me feedback based on what we discussed?
I can give you feedback. I use them all the time.
Okay, but you know one thing that's so interesting about those people is that like okay, so you pack ingredients, you put recipes. Next time I already have a
Yeah.
recipe card. I'll just go and get the ingredients for myself from the store. Why would I get it from you again?
Yeah, but like you can't buy it in those kind of tiny pieces, like quantities, like from a lot of the ingredients. Also, like plus it's an experience because they curate it for you, and like it's portioned, and so also you're going to spend more than that. So for that box, for instance, I'm paying £50 or something.
Mm,
Like if I was to go to the market myself, I'll spend. I don't know what I'm buying, so I'll just be buying things. Do you get my
mm.
point?
Okay. Anyway, that's for that. Now let's talk about me. How I've been. I've been
Yeah, how have
great.
you been?
I've not been great, or you
Swear.
guys. I went to
Ah, fear don't
do.
catch me.
Yeah, big fool.
I don't
Um,
know.
I went to lock in, and that just meant that like
Key got
I've
lost.
been so okay. Yes. Oh my god, so many things have happened to me. Therefore, so because I've been so stressed because of work, so my life is just work, sleep, eat, cook, work, sleep, eat, cook. Like it's a lot. Like anyway, I think today is the best day for me. Like I woke up today and I didn't have any rush to do anything. I'd finished doing most of the things I needed to do, so I was just like so happy. But yeah, I've been locked in. I also started working out again, which I think is great. I'm back to my bulking season. I feel like I've lost sufficient weight. Why are you in your face like that?
No, no,
Okay.
that's not about you.
Okay, so I feel like I've lost sufficient weight, so I'm bulking back now. So I'm trying to eat a lot. I'm trying to eat 3 times a day, as well as workout. Then also yes, I lost my keys. So because I've been like working and also like being a little bit like just here and there. I was staying at home. In fact, I think I stayed at home for like 2 weeks straight without stepping outside at all. So I went out the other night. Now the story of that my going out was so funny. I had a friend that was coming into Nigeria. So he came around, he was like, "Oh, what do we do? Blah blah blah." I'm like, "Oh yeah, let's go to this rave, blah blah blah." So he's like, "Cool." He just got heartbroken, so he was like, "Oh, can you help me? Can you connect me with like any of your friends that are girls? You know, I'm going through a heartbreak." I'm like, "Baby, I don't know any girl in Nigeria, number one. Number two, even if I knew them, I'm not connecting anybody to you because I'm not a pimp." So he's like, no, it's not like pimping. Just tell them that your friend is around. And he'll like, I'm like, nigga, I don't want to be involved in this. However, I had already invited one of my other friends, like one of my smallies, and I told her that, oh, we're going to this rave, blah, blah, blah. That's so I told this my friend. So I told him that this my friend was coming along, blah blah blah. She was gonna be there. So he was like, cool. He asked me for her picture. He was said she was very beautiful. She was this type. I'm like, I don't care. Oh, like, I'm just telling you that she's going to be there already. On that day, I told her to come. So we're supposed to go for pre-game. We didn't end up going for that. So we were supposed to go for that, but me, I was fucking lazy, and I wanted to do a call with one of my friends. So I was on call with her. The other babe too was going to leave her house late. So eventually, he left where the pre-gaming was, and then he was back at his hotel. So I just told her that she should just meet him at the hotel, and I was going to come to the hotel as well. Then we would just go from there. Only for her to tell me when she got to the hotel that she was there, and then no, I think at that point of I now started looking for my key. When she told me she was on her way, I was like, okay, let me start getting ready and going on my way. I started looking for my key. Like when I came back home, I came inside the house. I went straight to my room. I had not come out from my room. Yet when I went to leave the house, there was no key. The door was locked. I could not find my key. I was searching for my key, searching. I raised my bed, checked under my frame. I turned to Superwoman that night, searching for my key. I didn't find my key. And I was now getting hysterical. This was now getting to like past 12 a.m. And what was
Yeah.
like really crazy was that I didn't want the fact that like if it was just him I was going out with or just her that I was going out with, I'd have pulled a rain check and just been like, okay, whatever, maybe like just I'm just gonna go like I'm just going to find my kid the next morning, right? But the fact that I had invited her already, and she was already in the hotel with this guy. I just, in my head, it was just funny. Like, I would then all of a sudden say, I can't find my key again. If anything ends up happening between both of them, it would be as though I set her up for him. So, especially when I know that
Oh,
he already has the idea that
an
he wants
interesting
to
tension.
go after her in a certain type of way. So it was driving me nuts. I was turning out my basket, scattered
I
my
see.
entire wardrobe looking for this key. Oh, I didn't find the key. By 1 a.m., they had to break my fucking door so that I could leave the house. And then they came to pick me. We went for the event. What the hell? Can you hear me? I don't know what's happening. Okay, but we went for the event, and then we had a good time at the event. Sha. We went back to his hotel after the event, and these niggas entertained me. That was the highlight. They entertained me, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean because I don't do such, but I'm glad you had fun.
Thank
Did you
you.
have fun?
They at least they paid me for my this thing for my what do you call it, for the stress I had to go. Thank you. The fact I had to go through all of that stress, replace my door lock, everything, they tried. They put on a good session. So yeah,
That makes
that's it.
sense. I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right,
so
cool.
that's how I've been so far.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
so just to go straight into it, I know that you did say that you wanted us to talk about some things, mostly like, but before we get into all those things, and to keep in with the theme of what you said you wanted us to discuss, I do have a Reddit stuff that I read recently that I wanted to bring up here.
Go ahead.
Okay, it's in line with what you said you wanted to discuss. So,
Okay, remind me what else you wanted to discuss again.
you say you want to discuss non-negotiables in relationships. Wait,
Oh,
don't
okay.
you know what's funny? They've deleted the Reddit post, so I
Are
can't.
you serious? Just now?
Yes, yeah. He posted it like 4 hours ago. I read it sometime for like within the past 4 hours, and then now I just checked and deleted.
That's too bad.
Oh, but I remember what it is about. It's about this guy that said that he had a girl. So he was complaining that the girl that he's with, while they were dating non-exclusively, she was sleeping with someone else. So he now he said seeing her last year, but nothing serious, blah blah blah. In January this year, he decided that he wanted to take her seriously. In February, they did sleep together. They slept together for the first time, and then in March they traveled together. When he came back from the trip, a couple of weeks after, he told her he wanted to be exclusive. She said yes, and then they've been together all this time, only for him to just discover now from one of her friends that before they became exclusive, she had someone else she was sleeping with, and now it makes him feel a type of way. Yeah, what's your take on that?
Is it just are they in the same geographical location, or is it a
Yes,
case of
it's not. It
them being
doesn't
in
seem like
different
it's long.
places? They were in different places.
No, no, it doesn't seem like it's long distance. I
I,
wouldn't
I
know
I
what.
think babes are just very criminally minded. Like when it comes to like doing bad things in relationships,
No, but
like
what's the bad
they
thing there?
she was not exclusive when they both agreed to be exclusive. Is that
No,
not
she
this?
was not exclusive when they had not had the conversation about being exclusive. As soon as they had it, she became exclusive with him.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. So what's now the issue?
So he feels like, one, he didn't know that she was not exclusive before they had the conversation of non-exclusivity, and the fact that she was sleeping with someone else while also sleeping with him, going on a vacation with him, and he didn't know about that.
But
And
were
now,
they dating? Like, was it tagged and termed dating?
I wouldn't know. I just, it's just what I read there. He didn't say. He just said that they were
Yeah.
seeing each other, right? They were maybe going on dates or
Yeah,
whatever,
because it's
talking.
like your school of thought too. Because like you would say that so long we are not in a relationship, like who I'm frolicking with does not concern you, right? That's what you say, yeah?
No, that's not what I would say.
You don't need
What
change
I,
mouth.
no, no, no. What I say is that if you're not dating exclusively, you don't have to commit exclusively. Like if we're not in a
Yeah, so that
relationship,
conversation was not heard.
yeah,
Was not heard. That was not hard, rather.
was not hard. That's what I feel. I feel like if you wanted us to date exclusively, like if you thought we were already exclusive, then you would never ever have the conversation of us being exclusive. And if you already thought in your mind that we were and if you already thought in your mind that we're not exclusive, why would you expect exclusivity from me? Like, make it make sense.
Exactly.
Mathematics is not working. But also, someone
Yeah.
else pointed out that the fact that she did not tell him was not a good thing. So, like, she should have at least mentioned to him that she's seeing other people or stuff like that, so that he could.
Yeah, like well for me, Sha, like if if I am if I am consistently having sex with someone and there is going to be a case where you will be seeing whoever it is you're seeing, like I would just expect that just based off safety and precautionary level,
Yeah,
like you just tell me like you like I'm also engaging in genital meet and
meet
greets.
and greet.
Yeah, so that I can know how to also w- like dodge the STDs when I'm there as well. Do you get so
No, no,
that
no. For sure, from a like safety perspective, I get that. But if they were using like if they were taking like precautions already STD wise, I don't know. I feel a type of way about it. Personally, if I took someone on a vacation, or if I went
yeah
on a vacation with somebody and they were sleeping with somebody, I would expect. I feel like they should tell me, because I feel like some of all those things where people do where they know that this thing they can deny, right? There's plausible deniability of saying that, yeah, but like I didn't have to tell you, blah blah blah. But it's also a thing where like you are not telling me because you know that you giving me that information can influence my actions. So if you tell me that you're seeing other people, I might decide not to take you seriously as well. And
yeah
if
true
you so like you're withholding that information. So
yeah
for me, I kind of like see both sides in a way. There's like
yeah
there's
she's trying to actually I get it and babes do that a lot actually. Do babes do
that's
that a
what I'm
lot? Yes,
saying.
actually, because like she's trying to eat her cake and have it. She's trying to get into this exciting person and have a relationship with this exciting person. However, she's benefiting from this guy who still gives her like the excitement and joy that she wants, but like she can't decide right now if she wants to commit to one or commit to the other. And so until one person brings it up and say, let's leave the streets together, then she can now like yeah. Babes do that a lot. Like it's not a new thing,
Guys do
I
that a
think.
lot too. Just guys do that a lot, and guys won't even tell you that they are seeing other babes.
That's
Does
called
that a lot.
cheating.
No, 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 that's until
I'm talking
they
of
see
like
other
making
people.
decision. It's not like a case of
Yes, I'm saying that guys do that a lot too. Guys will be seeing multiple babes at the same time, and they won't even know about each other. Guys do that a lot too. Let's be honest. Tolu, I'm pretty sure
that's
you've
different
heard.
from cheating, oh.
Are we talking about cheating here? We're not talking about cheating here.
Okay. Because the
Women don't
guy's
cheat.
own is like they are in a relationship and
No,
everybody
I'm saying that.
understands they're in a relationship.
No, I'm saying that even when guys are not in a relationship yet, right? They do this thing where they're talking to multiple babes or seeing multiple babes or sleeping with multiple babes. In fact, some of them might even have a babe that they're trying to talk to, but they have other babes that they're sleeping with. and
See.
they are not this thing. So they might not even be sleeping with the one that they want to end up being with, but until that one agrees for them, they are just going to be having sidekicks here and there.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know
Yeah.
about that, but me and my friends are pretty much
The
like good
lie, you
guys.
know very, very much about that.
Okay, if you insist.
I insist. I
But yeah, let's
insist.
talk about something more exciting,
Okay.
which is I don't know if you're following the news. Well, going back to your country, America.
Okay.
There's a popular guy that got fired from his job, Jimmy Kimmel. When I saw the news today, because I saw the news when I woke up today, and I
Mm-hmm.
saw that ABC was no longer going to platform him
Yeah.
because of his comments with respect to Charlie Kirk, and
Mm-hmm.
he inferring that Charlie Kirk was directly or indirectly racist to folks of the black community. And like it was jarring, first of all, because one, the conversation is Jimmy Kimmel is.
Why call him Jimmy Kimmel? Is he
How
from
do
the
you
show
pronounce it? How do you pronounce it? Sorry.
Chemo?
That guy.
Good.
He is actually calling out racism, which I think should be encouraged in any way, shape, or form, and not the other way around. Because even I went through the video again. I think that's been removed, but I think there are clips of it on TikTok, and I couldn't just understand why people were so triggered about it. Again, America should like has a very high standard of them being the global leader for free speech and the leader of the free world. And if this is happening in almighty America, it strengthens autocratic leaning countries and governments um to like test their powers without fearing the repercussions of like a America to come and intervene in whatever is happening in their country. Because imagine NSAS happens now, and we are calling on America to come and save us, like we were doing then. It's just be a fucking joke. Because like
I was not part of you guys.
the when
I
everybody
was
was
not
tagging
part of
the
any.
U.S.
I was not
embassy
part of anything that was saying America
in
come and save
2020,
us.
people were tagging U.S. embassy, tagging
I thought it was dumb. That's tagging U.S. embassy, all those things. I just felt like, what the hell?
is what like who do you want to call?
Nobody.
Like is
There's nobody to call. If you are serious, you fight it out. Like, who are you calling? I just felt like that was like, like I just felt like that was a very naive move.
yeah. But that's by the way. So it's just really interesting because like I don't know where we
And
will
so,
go from here.
can I interject now? Because you've been talking for a long time and I've been trying to be very quiet so that I don't interject.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, I think that America is a very politically charged country and very politically polarizing right now because of the type of leader that they have. And we think that, oh, American politics is just like politics everywhere else, but it actually isn't. People treat political affiliation like it's a moral thing, right? So like right now, the powers that be are the powers on the right, are the powers that are
Yeah,
conservative. So
yeah,
everything, like, you know how like a few years ago you could not say certain things publicly because you'll be cancelled, because you will be fired. Like, you say certain things, people are just like, oh my god, that's so fucking X and X east, you are a misogynist, you are a racist, you are a this, you are anti this, you are anti, you get what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying those things
yeah,
were wrong or right, but I'm just saying that it is what it is, because the powers that were at the time were endorsing these things. So if you stand against it, if you say anything against it, you are going to get punished for it. We're just seeing the reverse now. The problem is that the reverse are things that now affect that sometimes like indirectly affect us, right? So somebody is racist, but they are platformed. Somebody is speaking against racism and they are punished, like stuff like that. That's not what we're going to see, because the people who have the power to, like, America is not like fuck free speech. They're not into free speech or anything. They are into whoever power is power is so real when it comes to
Yeah.
America. You just have to wait for the only good thing about
But
America
but
is that
but like
they're very self-regulating. Don't interject. I do not interject when you're
okay.
speaking.
Now I was just going to ask a question because like don't like one thing they pride themselves on is their systems. Like is
They because America is intellectually dishonest. Like they cannot properly self-evaluate and say, oh, we're bad at this or what do they just believe in. They are very propagandous as well. They push a lot of propaganda against other people, other countries, and then about themselves and blah. They're powerful people. That's the truth. They're a very powerful country and they
yeah.
play to that power. The best thing about America is that they're very self-regulating, because in the next 4 to 8 years, these guys are going to be out of there. Someone else is going to be in, and that is going to be the order of the day. So that's why you can't have extremism to a certain degree. So like for instance, if you had like 16 years of people like Trump and blah blah blah, like you might not be able to overturn whatever it is, because it will become very concentrated, like right leaning politics and whatever, and very autocratic. But now the fact that we just know that the next person that is entering there is going to be a Democrat, or even if it's not the next person after that is going to be, and going to be turn over all these things. They're just going to keep on salading it, so they'll be all right. Sorry to Jimmy Kimmel, Sha. But let's talk about Charlie Kirk a bit.
No, no,
If
no.
let's
I'm not talking about him. I've talked about him too much on all the calls. I'm tired.
No, but me, I've not talked about him, and we've not talked about him on this pod, so you must talk about him
What was the
more.
color of his blood?
Blue. Color of his blood was blue. Blue and
No, it
red.
has to be red because it's MAGA.
Mm. Anyway, it's blue because it's America. America is blue.
Okay, true.
Mm.
I thought he
Anyway,
was Chelsea
so
fan.
I want to say something about that guy. I don't. It's something about the guy. So, oh, I don't even want to say anything about himself. I want to talk about Nigerian pastors and Christians. What is their business?
I don't think that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because when it's left leaning, we carry it on our head. Like when like left leaning
But
ideals
the
and
thing is
ideas.
that, but wait, right leaning is not synonymous to Christianity. There's left leaning
It is
Christianity as
heavily
well.
though. It is heavily. The evangelicals that push the right wing, don't you think so?
Yeah, you're right. You're right technically. And Nigerian Christianity is very right leaning. But I don't know. It's just so weird, because for me, it is that sometimes at some point I was even confused that maybe they think that Turning Point USA, because Charlie Kirk is the convener of Turning Point
Yeah.
USA. I was thinking that
Yeah.
maybe they think that it's the same thing as Turning Point that's owned by CBS. Do you know Turning Point that is owned by CBS? One Christian show like that. I used to watch it when I was growing
No.
up.
No,
It
I
was a
don't.
very nice Christian show. I used to watch it. They also had like cartoons for kids. I used to watch it when I was growing up. I loved it a lot. They used to
I only
like it's a
know
very
I only know Elisha Church. What's the name of that church again? Oh, fire something.
please be
Fireground.
serious. Be serious. Be
Okay,
serious. Be serious.
okay. I'm serious now.
Yeah. But like, yeah, I was just wondering that maybe they are confused and they think that it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Because
But what
Turning
do you
Point
think about the
USA is
reaction of the he deserves it kind of reaction of the left towards his
honestly,
like
you know what?
around his death?
I actually, do you know, generally, I did not care about any of the reactions
Same.
beyond the Nigerian pastors and Christian leaders and even Christians reaction, because I'm just like, this guy is actually not a preacher. He's not an anything. Like, he's just a Christian. Like, is it because
No, he's a
he's a church?
preacher though.
He's not.
He
When
is
he goes, he's not. I swear, he's a political debut not
activist, but
debut.
he does not like
He's
in
not a
all
preacher.
his he preaches about God now and Jesus.
He
Like what makes you a preacher?
doesn't. He's
Uh, uh,
not.
I can
When
send
he
you. I can send you. videos because I like was combing through his YouTube. He
Mm-hmm.
actually talks about God and preaches about God and leads people to Christ on his YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Are you sure
is
you're just
the
saying
is
because
the
I don't
no, I'm very serious. I can send it to you after this call. It is the very controversial things that trend a lot. Of course, nobody's going to
no,
repost
it's not
a
even about the controversial things that I so obviously I know him most or rather to me he
yeah.
became most popular during
That's
it's not even
how
the
yeah.
wait he became most popular for that Jubilee debate. Do you know that Jubilee? Do you know the
He has
Jubilee
been popular before that, but like yes, that
Yes, just
brought him
listen
up.
to me. I said
Yeah,
he's
yeah, yeah, I hear you, I hear you.
thank you. Now but the most thing he's known for is Turning Point USA, which
Yes,
is like a campus thing that he does. He goes from
yes, yes.
campus to campus, and it's a political thing. It's not a preaching thing. They don't.
No, not really though.
No,
Like it's a
it
very Christian
is.
leaning. It's a
Very
very Christian
Christian.
leaning thing.
God, it is a
No, like
political. He goes to talk about
Jesus Christ.
Republicans. No, he doesn't. He talks about Jesus Christ on his Twitter, oh, and most of the talking about Jesus Christ is something like, "Oh, Jesus wins it." Like he can just says, "I do this all for Jesus," like all those type of
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
So
but
I know he's
I'm not doubting the fact that like he is political, like and he has political agendas. Of course, see the people he hangs out with. Like
there's nothing wrong in him having political agendas and whatever. I'm saying that Turning Point USA is a political group, not a Christian one. They go around to turn people to these things like a machinery for turning people into like conservative values and
okay, what is
Republican.
conservative values? Like what
In
is like
America, not all Christians are conservatives.
I hear you, but like at the crux of like a like turning people to conservative values, like what's going to be centered around it? Like
No, it's a
so
very
how do I
no. See, let me tell you what you're trying to do. You're
okay.
trying to
Because what is very political is like the Reform Party in the UK, where they say X and Y. Like it's just politics. It's just politics head to
That's
toe.
what Turning Point USA is too. The only thing is that Charlie Kirk is also a Christian. So it's just like have you seen all these kind of Nigerian leaders that they have offices, but when you come to their company in the morning, the office they'll do morning prayer. They'll do
Mhm.
devotional. That's
Yeah.
just Charlie Kirk. That's just it. So he has like this political thing, but he's also like that type of Christian.
Okay. Okay. I hear
So
you.
I don't know
I
if
think
he
I
has
get what you're saying, but I
yes,
think
I
what
don't know if that's the preaching thing. Like you said, you saw on his YouTube that he was preaching. I don't
I
know
can
about
send it
that.
to you now. Let me even share my screen. Can I share my screen on
I'm not
this?
disputing it. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that his main thing is Turning Point USA, and Turning Point USA is a political thing. So
All
I'm
right,
just so
cool.
confused that like who is this guy? Like this would think that this is Benny Hinn or somebody. Like what the hell is happening? That Nathaniel Bassi, all the pastors, and again, why are CCI pastors always caught in all these things? Why can't they shut up? I don't get it.
Is this here pastors?
I saw some CCI pastors now. There was one Tomiwa Kiniko CCI Ibadan.
Uh,
And they were
I
even
don't know.
showing that he was doubling down. Charlie Kega will spit on you. Well, anyway, me, I don't have strength for all these guys.
Yeah, but I also like again like it's a battle of opinions. Like I don't know.
No,
Like
me,
there are obviously things he said that were outrageous, like ridiculously outrageous, like something really outrageous, like the whole like sacrificing a couple people to die, so that we can
that's
have
why they
second
sacrifice.
amendment. Yeah, like that is very cold. But like again, have you met people? Have you heard people
That's
from the south talking about the love for their guns?
no, I agree. Even people from the left, like you don't me.
Yeah,
I
like
don't
people have
have
like very strong
extreme.
opinion about
Yes,
like things,
yes. That's why
and
I
I'm
said
like,
I have no feelings towards Charlie Kirk and people's reactions towards him. The for and against, I actually have no. what do you call it, feelings towards that, right? Because he's a polarizing figure. I'm sure he knew that his death was gonna be something like that. I'm not sure he expected that he would die this early, but he knew definitely that if he dies, some people will insult him and some people will praise him. I know he
Yeah.
knows. So I
Yeah.
like this thing,
And
RIP,
funny thing, like he gets mugged.
or he
So
can be scattered in ashes. That's his problem and his business. I really don't care for him. I was just surprised at specifically the Nigerian Christian community's reaction. That's my own. That's one that concerned me because it's just like, who do they think this man is?
yeah. Nigerians like to overdo now. Nigerians that went to be doing banner for Trump. So it's that's not a new thing for you now. That's not a new thing at all.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Nigerians
like,
Nigerians overdo all the time.
okay.
But yeah, let's talk about something else.
There's something that you wrote here. You are your tweets. What are we talking about?
Was I the one that wrote that?
Yeah.
Oh my god. So someone on Twitter was or was on the group, I can't remember which it was making a claim as to the fact that they can't be friends with someone based off their interactions on Twitter. And I just strongly disagree because, like, I think it's similar to saying you can't be friends with someone because they are an actor or they act in Hollywood film and they do certain things in a Hollywood film, like who they are.
No.
When
Why are you dishonest?
I'm not dishonest,
What kind of comparison
and
are you saying?
I am stating my opinion,
Somebody's
and then you
Twitter
can
where
I
they are
am.
not forced or imposed to make any tweets or
But like
interact.
it's performative, like you're performing, like
Okay, Tolu, so your Twitter is performance.
very much so. Are you joking?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Happy New Year.
Sorry, yo.
You think you're getting my real self on Twitter? Do you think you're getting my real self on Twitter for real?
No, I think you're a troll on Twitter. That's what I think.
Do you think that's my real self? Do you think if you see me in person, like, do you think I'm a troll in person?
No, I think that you are a talkative in person, which you are also on Twitter. But I think that you have like trolling opinions. Like you just troll people, you just tweet, you just say anything, like you're just entertaining
But like,
yourself.
if you meet me in like work setting, do you think I will work together? I don't know. Like, but like, if you meet me in work setting, am I like that in any way, form, or shape?
That's work now. It depends say friends. Depends not say work. Depends say friend.
I just think like it's very performative. I think like, do you think people really are not performing? Like people are like depends on also what you want out of it. Like if you,
Like I think that people are putting a side of their personality out there, right?
no, I don't think it's even a
Like
hint
for
of their
instance,
personality sometimes.
no, honestly, I feel like sometimes people like if somebody decides to go through all my tweets and try to decide that this is who I was off my tweets, they'll be totally wrong because it's not everything. In fact, it's not even 10% of myself that
So
I
you can
present.
agree that you are performing.
I'm not
You
performing.
want to be
I
perceived a
don't have
certain way. You want to be
no.
perceived a
This is
certain
what I
way.
don't want. No, it is that I don't have. Strangers do not have to have access to the full side of me. But I'm not going to pretend that I don't have
Yeah,
anything
buttressing
bad.
my point.
No, if somebody me, I judge people off their Twitter. Oh. If I see you making any misogynistic joke, you can't come and tell me, "Oh, in real life, I'm not misogynistic. You're a big fool." Because what are you doing? What are
Okay,
you doing?
performing.
Okay, so now continue performing for the audience that wants that performance now.
And you can
But
switch
me,
off
I
now.
feel
Same
like
way, like some
somebody
people don't
that
like Nollywood. Some way that don't like Bollywood. Like it's not that deep. If you don't like my movie, you can move on to the next
yes, no,
movie.
that's literally what the person was saying that they don't like
Yeah,
that movie.
yeah.
But
But
me,
like it's not like you're not going to meet. You're going to
okay,
meet
people might
me.
see all those men that are allies, all those male allies, male feminist allies, queer allies that are always
Yes, in
yes,
feminist tweets.
yes. I suspect that those people, I can't be close to them. I always suspect that. I prefer people who shut up, men who shut up, and men who like once in a while you ask questions that are considered stupid but sincere. right? They say, but like, why would women say, but yeah, I consider you a little bit sincere because I know that the male brain cannot really process fully what it is like. To me, that's more sincere. But if every time you're saying yes, all the tweet, yes, what's the that
Mm-hmm.
woman's name? What's the
You'll not be
woman's
fighting the comment section.
yes, you're licking her asshole. I just know that you're performing or you're
Yeah.
dumb. You're
Yeah.
either of those two things, and I cannot trust people who are not intellectually rigorous. Like you cannot question yourselves. You can't ask questions. Like it's not
Yeah. And they
important.
do that a lot on Twitter. Like, even if you
Yeah,
try
but
to
there are also
critique,
people who
if you try
there are
if
some people who are also licking males' asses. So let's just be
no, 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 I'm just
sincere.
even saying generally, like they do, like on both ends, on both ends of the divide, like they do that a lot. So like my point is, and you don't call that performative, like I'm not
No,
going to
I
expect,
think that
I'm
those
not going to
that's what those
expect.
people are. No, I think that's what those people are. Like I want to
You think
imagine.
that's how they are in real person, in
Yes,
real
I want
life?
to imagine secondary school, right? Where they are the cool kids, and then everybody's now trying to pretend like if the cool kids say that, oh, it's jeans that is trend, everybody's going to try and be wearing jeans. Most of life is that there are a few cool kids, and then there are people who are just always trying to be on whoever they think is the cool guy. They're always trying to be on their good side or stuff like that. They're always cozying up to them, and then there are people who are like me who are just like I'm out for whatever I think it is. So I'm more into people who have their can form their own opinions, can whatever, whatever, whatever. And the truth of the matter of fact is that bulk of people in life are ass kissers, are followers, are always they don't have like original thoughts, whatever, whatever. So I believe that those people who are always doing those things, they are not performative, but they are not honest either. And their insincerity is part of their personality. It's not even like they're insincere only on Twitter. They're just genuinely people who are not honest with themselves.
Okay, I hear you, but I do not 100% agree.
Yes, but anyway, the most important part of it is that, like you have said, if the person does not like Bollywood, they don't have to fuck with it. And that's it. So that's what
Yeah.
that person's saying. So me, I judge people based off their Twitter share, but not in a way of like, oh, it's not linear. Like for instance, if you're always tweeting like weird, like you're always in every conversation, I don't even want to have it. Like I don't want to be friends with you because I just feel like you're depressed. For you to be jumping into every conversation, there's just has to be something wrong with you. If I see you and you are always catching crews, you're always being a troll, you're always fooling yourself on timeline. I'm not going to want to be friends with you because I don't like people who are caricatures in real life. Like people who are always trying to like play the comedian, the clown. I don't like those kind of people in real life. So I'm not going to gravitate towards you. If you like talking about like if you're a secretary Twitter in quotes, I'm not going to be interested in you because I'm not interested in those kind of people in real life. Like I like people who are well rounded, but like I can take them seriously. Like do you understand what I'm trying to say? There's kind of people that you like take your nose and put it in this.
Did they the cap like waiting on Sabi?
No, but I'm serious. So I judge people off their Twitter like mad, but it's just based on like the personality I perceive of you, based on things that you do. Like, why are you in every single topic? Don't you have a job? Why do you have an opinion on everything? Like, it's not giving.
What did they do have a job?
I don't know. They come and join me and pretend to have a job.
Okay. You
Yeah.
winning they
Okay.
pretend.
So,
You winning they
hmm?
pretend. I don't hear you now.
You said what?
I say you winning they pretend.
No, I said that they should pretend like me.
I don't hear you now. Okay. Well, have you actually? So I was thinking about something recently with my friends. Yeah, my friends, so you don't complain. But my other friends, and I was
I complain.
thinking about a lot of like couples back in the day when I was growing up in Port Harcourt, where was either the guy was in Port Harcourt or the woman was somewhere else, or the reverse, and the person that was in Port Harcourt was either hustling or taking care of the family. So sometimes there was a family where the man was in Port Harcourt with the kids, and the woman was in Lagos, I think, working. And she comes around, say, once in 3 months or once in 2 months. And it became so I started thinking about this when I listened to the I said what I said podcast of this week when Wally was talking about the film he was shooting on fatherhood and the the negotiation between providing and presence for especially for male figures in the parenthood journey and how sometimes you can't exactly fight for it because like the fact that you have to travel is because you want to provide this lifestyle. But again, when these children grow up, they because you are not present in their life, they find it difficult to have a connection with you. And when you are older as a father, you crave the connection a lot more with your kids than the wealth or the lifestyle you have gotten at this time because that's what pretty much gives you satisfaction. And I thought to have that conversation with you because if you were in a relationship and you had kids with this your baby daddy, but he's never around, it's like Davido and he's touring from January to December. But when he shows up like mad. Would you prefer that over an average guy that's earning like 200K a year, but like he's in the house and you guys are doing the whole thing together?
I think that what matters, based on what you said, is the relationship with the children, not me. Like,
Presence.
whatever I prefer, yeah, whatever I
Presence.
prefer is not really what the kids might prefer or not.
Now the kids cannot make a decision when they're young.
But it's like when they grow up, then the effect of what you have done, that's when you see the results.
Yeah, but like when I'm out of town 9 out of 10 times.
Presence, it has to do with whatever I feel has to do with my relationship with you, not the kids' relationship with you.
Sorry, explain to me.
If I have a partner that we have kids, right? And whether they are around or away, how I feel about it has to do with my feelings about it, not the kids' feelings about it.
That's what I'm
But
asking.
yes, but but that does not affect, like, my feelings about it does not affect like when the kids grow and what they will feel about it. But let me just give my perspective on both of them before you continue acting confused.
Okay.
What I want to say is that yeah, it's a hard balance to strike. I honestly believe so. For me, is a again, I've said on this podcast that I have a very complicated relationship with all these things because my dad stayed in a different city from my mom, and I just I don't know, I just preferred that. When and the thing is, my dad spoke
Did you
very
prefer that because was their relationship good? Was it a case where like
Yeah,
were having
I
issues?
preferred. No, it was good. I preferred that because I kind of like I think maybe I just got used to it, and I got used to who my mom was, like when it was just us, and I just felt like, oh, there were things that we could do, that we could get away with because my dad was not around, like maybe stuff like that. Maybe there were things that we just did not do when my dad was around, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
maybe
So
so
you
maybe
guys like saw him as a stranger, as it were.
no, not as a stranger, as like we had a different type of relationship with him, which I believe that most people's parents, most people have different relationship with their father versus their mom.
Yeah,
So
but
like
don't
we
you think
did
like if
like
he was present and he was always around from day to day, like that
I think I
relationship
would
would have
have
been
hated
formed
him.
together.
I
You would
think
have
I would
hated
have
him.
hated him. Yes, I we spoke every day, blah blah blah. I learned to rely on him for certain things, because my dad is very like intellectual. Like they're just like even like just the way I approach like things, arguments, like certain things. Like there's a level of reliability that I know that if it's this thing, I just want to call my dad and talk to him about it. Like I want to have his opinion on it, I want to discuss this and that with him, like just kind of things. And those things sometimes can be even things relating to boys. It's not necessarily that, oh, the only things I discuss with my dad are like serious things. No, sometimes they are like light things, but it's him that I want to talk about it with, because it's just like how I saw him as like the guy who was a serious guy, like guy who knows what to do with stuff. So that was another thing. But I also want to say that um what do I want to say? I want to say, so also I want to say that even though my mom was around, my mom was not really present at home. Oh.
Are you
I
serious?
yes, I always joke with my brothers that my mom did not really like us as kids. Like, not that she hated us. Like, I don't think my mom liked the kid stage of child rearing. So, like, when my mom was giving birth to children, my mom gave birth to her children within 6 years, right? And she gave birth to five children. One died. The one before me died. So within 6 years, right?
Yeah.
Every single one of us had a nanny. So like my older brother had a nanny. By the time they gave birth to me, they had a nanny for both my older brother and me. So there were two nannies in the house. When my younger brother came, my there's one after me. My mom, we had another nanny for them. So like we had three nannies, each nanny for a child. My mom, if my mom is going out, she doesn't take us out. There's no way she's going that she will take us out. One time that they fired all the nannies in the house before they brought someone else, they if my mom will not go anywhere, and if she was to go out, she will take us to our neighbor's house, like the next compound. There was a family there that my mom had a good relationship with, and they had older kids, so we'll stay there till she came back. When we became older, and one of my aunties in, everybody that is older than you is your auntie in Nigeria. So one of my aunties, when she started having her kids and she'll be taking her kids to weddings, my mom would be like, this is so irresponsible. Like, stay at home with your children or look for someone to stay with you. Like, look for a, what they call it, babysitter while you go out. And I'm just like, mommy, do kids have to be hidden? Do you know, it took one of my exes one time when we're flying and there was a child crying, and I was like, why are you taking a child to fly? Like, I was so irritated because the child, like in during flights, babies cry. Like, they tend to cry because of like the air, the pressure and all of that. So I was just so irritated by it. And he was like, I know that you really like kids, so like I'm so surprised by this your behavior. And it just occurred to, and he was just telling me that, like, okay, if they don't fly with the child, what would they do? And just, oh, that's when it occurred to me that children are not meant to be hidden, because I've sort of like taking that thing from my mom, right? So like my mom, when up until like maybe when we said graduating secondary school, when my mom would go to, when my biological dad died, my mom would go to the office. In fact, my mom now had a store. She went and opened a provision store. She will wake up in the morning and go to the provision store before we even wake up. Like, before it's 6 a.m., my mom has left the house. So we'll wake up and then we'll meet my aunties and whoever else is at home that will prep us for school. Then from the provision store, my mom will go to her office, and then from the office, she will go back to that provision store and come back home at night when we're about to sleep. Then when she said that she did not want to run the provision store again, she would be at home in the morning. I think that was the time that she also said she did not want to stay with my auntie. She did not want any help in the house again. It was just us and my mom. She would go to the office. So she'll be at home in early in the morning to wake us up to prep for school, blah blah blah. Then she will go to the office in the morning, come back in the evening, in the afternoon. As she's coming back, she's taking her nap. Once she's done with that nap, she's going to her friend. She's going to go to her friend's house, or her friends. She's going to go and hang out with her friend till in the night. She's coming back home. Like, do you understand what I'm trying to say? That's the kind of, I
So
can't
it's not even
explain.
about it's not about like them being physically in the same like local
Thank you.
space with
It's
you.
about, yes, exactly. So it's like she was kind of like avoiding all that children wahala. By the
But
time
did
we
you
became,
prefer that? Would you have preferred a
no, I
mom or a
hated that.
dad that?
Actually, no, no, no. I actually hated that part of that time of my mom. There was a time I was really, really towards like 15, 16. I was really angry with my mom. I felt like she didn't pay enough, like she wasn't giving enough attention to us, and that I was feeling the brunt of it. I was wishing that, oh, I thought that it was because she had a job that was the problem. So I was wishing that she was a housewife, like stuff like that. Like she could cater to me properly, the way some of my classmates had like parents that were moms that were housewives and were fully catering to them. But anyway, as older teenagers though, my mom said staying at home more, developing like a friendly relationship with us. So like my mom is also my friend. Beyond being my mom, she's also my friend. Like I can call her and gist her and talk to her about
Yeah.
certain things. And there are certain things that I don't talk to her about because like if she was my friend, I wouldn't talk to her about those things. Like I just feel like yesterday now I was having a conversation with my mom and she was just going off and I was like, oh my god, mommy, like I don't want to talk about this thing. Like, do you understand what I'm trying to say? So like
Yeah.
we have a friendly relationship beyond being this. And so I feel like there's a balance. Like as much as you might not be there physically, it does not mean that when they grow up they might end up hating you. I think that you can, children are rational beings as well. They will forgive you for certain things. Like if they know that you are traveling around because you are trying to like make money for the family, it's not like you hate them, and you're also calling, you're spending time. You children these days, they have access to phones and whatever, you're sending messages, you're doing WhatsApp, you're doing video calls. I think when they grow up, they will be much more forgiving of that physical presence that you do not have because you were present in every other way. And I feel like if they get to a certain age where you can start building friendship with your kids, I think it's important to invest in those friendships so that you will not grow old and be wishing that they are paying you attention or something like that.
Okay, that's quite like a chat about it because the conversation I was having on with my guys was was tilting towards the fact that um tilting towards responsibilities, right? And like how like when it comes to parenting, like because there are two people involved, if they are both responsible and they both want the best for the kids involved, sometimes we'll have to tilt more towards one part of the two divides, so provision or present. So one person will be more present and one person will provide more over the course of that journey. But yeah, I think I like how you are thinking of you thought about this. But yeah, let's wrap this up. Do we want to talk about cultural hot takes before we wrap up?
No, I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about insurance for financial stability.
Okay,
Yeah. So I've been thinking about something. Why is squeezing your face like that?
wrap it
Um,
up.
no. If I slap you.
Be fast, be fast, be fast.
Okay, now, as someone who is thinking of having kids in the future, right? Do you think that you're going to take out a life insurance once you
Oh,
start
yeah,
having?
of course. Yeah, yes, that's the answer.
So I think that, yeah, I think that many people skip some of these things. I also think that once your parents reach a certain age, it is very imperative, like just it's so important for you to start telling them to get health insurance.
Yeah,
If they don't
of
have health
course.
insurance before, if they're not on any health insurance scheme, they need to get there because life expectancy in Nigeria is very low. And like once you get to a certain age, you start getting prone to certain type of sicknesses, blah 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 blah. And I feel like sometimes we can be very penny wise pound foolish where we're like, insurance, God go do one for us, why will I die? Blah blah. But like I think
Yeah.
it's kind of irresponsible to have kids and not have like life insurance because you could die any day and like you want those kids to be covered to a certain extent, so just things like that. I wanted us to talk about it, but I said that you're not willing to really
No,
talk
no,
about
no.
it.
I think it's just like a smart thing to do.
No, but I wanted us to point out like the specific type of insurance that people kind of miss, right? Like for
Yeah.
instance, once you start having kids, it's good to have life insurance, even if you don't have any dependents.
Even for anything, more than
Like,
more than just even giving them like some people would take out mortgages and then die midway, and then the wife and kids are fighting mortgage that they cannot pay, and then they
mm-hmm,
take the house off them because the bank is here to make money. So like
mm-hmm,
even if it's just for that reason, yes,
mm,
take out the life
life
insurance.
insurance.
But I think it
Then
should definitely beyond just that. Yeah,
yeah,
because like also when I was
older
having a
parents.
conversation.
If you have
Sorry, say
older
again.
parents, if you have older parents,
Oh yeah,
definitely
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, for sure.
if you
Like
have older
that
parents
is
and
a
you're listening right now and you're not sure if they have life insurance, like the first thing I mean, what they call it, health insurance,
health
please get
insurance.
them
Yeah,
health insurance. But what other type of insurance do you think that we miss, like that we should be paying
college
attention?
insurance,
Hmm.
insurance,
What's
first home
college insurance?
insurance. I'm just saying parents should. I was talking to my babe about this actually, but because I was saying should parents be the one responsible for paying for their first home, paying for their wedding, their child's wedding. So if you
Hmm.
have three kids, you're going to pay for three kids' first home deposit. I mean, Three kids
Huh?
deposit for first home, three
That
kids
one rich
wedding,
people.
three kids college. Like it's quite a lot actually.
But
But
like,
like
why did you
if
bring me here? Man, I can't
but
expect
like
my parents
if
to take care of my
but
entire
like
life.
if I have grandparents, so grandparents will be done with kids rearing by around 60 years old. If they are going to
Mm,
live long, they still have, if they are making an income, maybe pension, whatever, gratuity, whatever, like investment that they have done over time, they are still making income, right?
mm.
Grandparents should be able to support some of those things, right? And I see that a
But
lot
I
in
think
many
it
of these
depends on
white
the family you
like
come from.
communities.
It depends on the kind of family you come from. You come from a family where your grandparents are dependent on your parents.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying like generational wealth makes sense beyond just the fact that people have money. Yeah, it doesn't have to be like
Yeah, and I
billionaire
think it's a
billionaire status
systematic
money.
thing. Yes, it's not just
Yeah.
about like waking up one day and saying, "Ah, I'm the one that's going to break my family curse" or something like
You
that.
can't. You
I think
can't.
that yeah, I
Like
think
there's
that
a
there
lot.
should be systems in place. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
there's some
The
kind
reason
of
why
make that you will now have accountants or financial managers that will do these things for
Mhm.
you. But like,
Yeah. The
but
reason why
like,
Dangote or Tedola can be rich is because nobody's begging him for money. Like his
yeah,
father is rich
his
enough to take care of
family
himself,
is
and his
yeah, the
grandfather is rich.
family,
There's no
yeah.
cousin that is going to be saying, "Ah, bro, send me 20K. I won't buy rice tomorrow." There's nothing like that happening.
Yeah,
Yeah,
also
and
I think that people and we owe it as a responsibility to ourselves that even like with black tax, I'm so lucky I don't have black tax that much. I do pay my cousin's school fees, but like it is a choice that I chose to make a few years ago. Like I felt it was going to make me financially responsible, and if you know me and my cousin, you know I love that babe deep. So so I chose to do it. I wanted her to go to the best school, blah blah. Yeah, it's a kind of like a stress, but it's a stress I put on myself. I don't pay anything to anybody. I don't owe anybody any other person shit apart from like gifts I want to give. Maybe my mom, like just doing stuff for her, but my mom can take care of herself. In fact, she takes care of me sometimes. But like my point is that do you remember that Jay-Z video where he was talking about how some of his cousins are always coming to meet him for money and he's like, well, like he doesn't give them money and people were criticizing and bashing him that like you can just give those people those money, it's nothing to you, blah blah. I think that people don't realize that you also owe it as a responsibility to yourself and the people that you are primarily responsible for to be able to reject black tax. There are certain things that you should not give,
yeah,
like
but there's some things like a responsibility. Like you're
no, no, no.
lucky
I
to not.
understand. That's what I'm saying. There's primary responsibility, right? Which is people that you are primarily responsible for.
Yeah.
And then there's
Oh,
secondary
yeah.
responsibility.
Those ones you
And
just
there's
say no to them.
tertiary
Yeah.
responsibility. So tertiary responsibility can come from extra. Secondary responsibility, you have to know how to regulate. It's not even as if you should not, you should do it, but it's not like you should go all out. Like you should be able to regulate and say this is the percentage, or this is the person, or this is the degree, or these are the certain things that I can do. It's not that just because you're, and I'm not even trying to be wicked, or maybe I can't relate. Like maybe it's because like maybe my background or stuff like that. Like my parents took care of us fully. I don't have anybody that I'm owing anything to. Maybe
Yeah.
that's why I don't really understand. But I just feel like just because your uncle gave you Gary when you were going to uni, it does not now mean that whether you are about to die, you're about to leave, you because he calls you, you now be running away when you know that this person is even being irresponsible with the money that you are giving them. Like you just have to have a limit because if you are going to come out from poverty, there are certain you can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. That's just my point.
Yeah.
Like you can't
True.
be acting like everyone else and expect like a different result.
Yeah, and it's like a very serious issue in um, emerging market communities and like
Mm.
third world countries and Nigeria
Mm-hmm.
specifically because that's what I know and have experienced. Because like you see, also like when one person makes it out of the hood, there's a lot of pull and centrifugal force that is bringing them back to the center, which is like horrible. And yeah, I hope
Yeah.
we don't get
Yeah,
caught in the
that's why
trap.
that in fact it's those people that I'm very specific about this black tax thing about. Like if you are the one person that has come out, I hear you, you want to uplift people, but you have to realize that you're not yet steady, you're not yet stable. So
So
until you get there, there's just a limit that you can. If you keep on
Yeah.
sharing your bag of Gary,
Yeah.
one cup
But
to
there's also
everyone,
like a cultural thing about it.
and nobody will help. Yes, I know. People are going to see you
Yeah.
as wicked, but it's fine. Be
Yeah. But
wicked.
like it's also like yes, I hear you, but like there's also like a thing of pride that comes from
Oh
people
yeah, now be proudly
gathering
poor.
gathering like all these Igbo guys, they'll work from January to November and go and blow everything in December at
The,
home.
yeah,
Which again
yeah,
does not make
yeah.
sense.
I think that
Second thing, however,
it's,
is that
yes, it's foolish.
it creates a sense of community, as it were, and people feel
Oh
like
yeah,
they
now
have.
the thing is that if that
Have you not been
community
seeing
is
the wave of all these
investing back
IGGBs that have been
into,
critiquing their fathers that are building homes and sending their nephews to school? Why they cannot buy stuff in America?
I've not seen
There,
it
there,
though, but I
have,
think
there have
that
been a
that's
lot
so
of videos
dumb.
like that on TikTok.
Interesting. I think it's so dumb. Like the thing is, if you can, like I don't know, it's just dumb. Like if I had a dad like that, if I had a dad I was doing that, I would steal his money, I would scam him.
Yeah,
That sense. I feel like if you're investing into a community that is investing back into you, if it's like
then it
this is
makes
like a
sense.
project, it makes
Yes,
sense.
but if you're
But
investing in a community that's always taking,
thank you and never giving back, you have to gather sense. And for me, some gathering sense is even like, if you establish yourself to a certain degree, like that money that you're spreading around, if maybe you conserve it more or use it more wisely, you can get to a place like a decade later where can now you can now spend much more freely. But you have to realize every stage that you are, what you can do with money, what you can afford really, who you can afford to help, to what degree, all those sort of things. I don't know. I feel like I've talked a lot. But yeah,
you've
we've had a
tried,
good
you've
one
tried.
this. Yeah, yeah, we've tried. Do we still want
Yeah.
to talk about anything? We can
What
still
are your
talk anything.
recommendations for the week so we can wrap up? My recommendation for the week, two things. In terms of film, I watched Girlfriend and I watched Saints from a Marriage. Two fantastic shows. You should check them out.
Okay.
Um,
What's it
Girlfriend
about?
is on Amazon Prime. Saints from a Marriage is on HBO, I think.
What are they
You should check them
about?
out. They're great. Then, relationship stuff. What else? Drama. Um,
Go into relationship stuff.
Second thing I'll recommend for the week is this song by Jelani Blackman titled the name of the song is Submarine. It's so good, you should listen to it. Alright, what's our recommendations for the week?
Okay, my recommendations for the week are that. Okay, no, I
I say
think
you
I have
don't have it.
recommendations, but I can't remember. But the things I've mostly been reading these days, so I've mostly been
Uh-uh.
reading essays. So you guys,
Encyclopedia.
no,
Chimamanda
no essays.
Adichie.
Are you
Oh
okay?
shit. I'm hating you now.
Anyway, yeah, you guys should get on Substack and read more. So maybe that would be my recommendation. Also, if you want to cheat,
Yeah.
Substack is a great place to cheat. Just discovered
How?
for the cheaters when you
Not
give
like
them
I'm
money.
interested in cheating, but okay, move
I
on.
know now.
Alright,
I
bye
did
bye.
not say interested. I nobody even thought about that. Jesus. Now we have to suspect you. No, but I trust you. I trust you. I beg.
Whatever. Don't
I'm
trust me,
just.
I beg, I beg, keep your trust to
No, no, I
yourself.
trust you. I trust
Trust
you.
in God. Trust in God. Are you
I
done trusting
trust
God?
you.
You
I
must,
trust
what
you.
must you trust me? Am I data?
Yes, I must trust you so that you will know that you don't have any chance
I
with
don't.
me.
I don't trust. Don't
Trusted.
trust me, please. Bye
You
bye.
trusted. You are trusted.
Fuck off.
Wait, Tolu, sorry. Before we go, I have one last thing. Do you think they are finer than me?
Of course, is that the question that should be asked?
I think I'm finer than you. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to wrap up this thing
Are
with.
you joking? See this as
Yeah,
my babe.
yes, now I'm finer than you. I don't understand.
Even ChatGPT knows, but over.
Bye.
Bye.